My first process I'm going to start with is I'm here in the kitchen sink, and I use these Hugs drinks in the little barrels right there. When I make these, the Hug barrels actually make perfect replicas of like a French F1 hand grenade or even the British Mills bombs. First step you want to do with this is you want to get rid of all the Kool-Aid that's in them. You can either drink it, or most people actually recommend you dump it out, especially with the quantity that we're doing. It may be worthwhile to dump them out. So after you drain out a couple bottles, you'll have some empty bottles like this. This is where you really want to begin, and I recommend you rinse the bottles out after emptying them. You want to remove all the foil off the top so they have a clean lid. Once you're done with that, you are going to want to start the process, and this is time consuming here, especially if you're producing a lot of these like I am. But you will want to start to paint your grenade bodies. For World War I, they would be flat black or kind of a dull metal gray. Of course, World War II varieties, you'd probably want to paint them OD green. And if you want to add that little extra detail to make it look like a Mark II hand grenade, you can always add it at the top of these little ring of yellow paint. But you want to start painting them, and I've already got a couple here painted up. These are all done in flat black. You'll probably have to do several coats of paint on these. You can see like this one here, I'm probably going to have to redo a little bit. But that's the main part, and these are the production of your body. So you go from the drink to emptying them out, rinsing them, to painting them. Keep in mind each one of these cases have about 20 bottles in there, so just in this little span right here I'm showing you about 75 bottles that I've already got. The next part you'll want to do is the production of the charges themselves. And to do the charges, what you'll actually want to do, zoom over, you want to take 35mm film canisters. I get mine off of eBay. You can usually buy them shipped straight out of China. I'm leery sometimes about buying things overseas, but I went ahead and gambled. They were pretty cheap. I think I paid about 35, 40 bucks for 200 of these. They have the pop-off lids and everything. And this is what I'm going to actually be using to build my charges with. What I want to do with that is I will take a 1/8 drill bit, and I am drilling through the lids of these little holes. These holes will be used to put my fuses through. The next step beyond that is start to cut my fuses. I'm using Canon fuse. This is actually 3/32. You'll want to play around with the burn rate on the fuse to determine how long of a length you want. I've determined for these the ideal length is anywhere between 3 to 4 inches. So I'm cutting my fuse length based on a ruler. This one's about 4 inches, give or take. When I'm done, I'm going to actually take my Canon fuse and I will be inserting them in these little holes that I've drilled into the lids and feeding the fuse down into the canister. It's kind of difficult for me to do this while holding the camera, but once I get that done, I will actually have my fuse sticking out of the film canister, and then I will be producing my charge to go on the end of the fuse that will actually go inside the film canister. When I'm complete, I will take the film canister, and I'm going to go back to these, and you will notice that these film canisters fit perfectly, sometimes you have to play with it. You may have to get an X-Acto knife. There we go. They will fit right into the Hugs bottles, just like so. And that will be our grenades. Of course, this is the first step, and I'm just kind of giving you an idea of how these will be done. I'm going to fill these grenades up with baking soda as a ballast, and then when I actually produce the charge, I actually put baking soda in the film canister surrounding the charge, so when these things go off and blow up, they are actually dispersing baking soda everywhere, and if they blow up on somebody, it just gives them a nice dusting of baking soda. It's harmless, it won't hurt anybody, it won't impact the environment, and plus baking soda is a flame retardant, so hopefully it won't catch any brush fires or something like that. Again, this is the first tutorial video I'm doing. This is going to probably be a 3-part video, and as you can see, I'm already working on drilling out the holes and cutting my fuses, and I've got a few film canisters still to go. So I'm going to go ahead and finish working on that tonight, and I'll probably do another tutorial video in the next day or so showing you how to build the charge. And then the third and final video I'll do will be probably the final assembly, and so you can see the finished product. Other than that, I hope everyone has a good night, and I've got work to do. Talk to you later. Bye.